when the public moves a line, and a lot of that is something you talk about in your course, is recreational betting versus sharp betting versus what you're betting.
Right.
Tell everyone a bit about why your wagers are different from what a rec better or a mug better or just someone who picks pre-games. What do you do differently with your money?
Right. So I think first and foremost, when it comes to like recreational or entertainment betting, I just want to get this out of the way. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's freaking awesome.
I love it.
There's nothing like being in this room, because this is where the magic happens for me, as you can see the screens in the background, on a Sunday with all my buddies, and I'm cheering for my teaser. Like, I'm human, I love football, and I love making some mug, rec, parlays, teasers, just to cheer for the action. And the thing is throughout, the last decade, I've become a lot smarter at them, where I'm hitting those even at a higher clip. But I still don't consider that to be, my bread and butter or how I generate an income by any means. So, I think when it comes to like a recreational bettor, one of the biggest things that they do is they don't concern themselves with price. They don't concern themselves with the number that they're looking at. And you see it constantly in that room of people watching the NFL or any other sport for that matter.
I like the Chiefs, so I bet the Chiefs, and then you bet the Chiefs, and then you bet the Chiefs.
But also, the Chiefs are up 7-0 now, and you don't care what the spread is, or you don't care.
We just splash it in.
Yeah.
Get it in.
Get it in now before they score again.
Yeah.
Right? That mentality profits Vegas and the sports books hugely, right? So I think it goes without say, that kind of betting is just plain stupid. If you're a recreational or entertainment bettor and you're doing that, you don't need to stop. You only need to stop if it's a problem. To me, if you're spending money on that kind of stuff, as long as you have a budget and as long as you stay disciplined and you don't break that budget, that's no different to me than going to see a movie. If it's entertainment, period.
Yeah.
Right? As long as you're comfortable with the risk and 100% okay with consistently losing your money over time, because that's what you will do, right? And then obviously where we differ from there, or where we differ from a pregame professional who's actually sharply found a great line.
Right.
We might bet on that same line that the pregame pro does, right? Like, you can see our results videos on YouTube at any time, which we're constantly posting updates to. You'll see that we do bet pregame, right? We get an average price typically of 2.14 or plus 114 versus the typical minus 110 or 1.9. So we do tend to like underdogs. We do tend to like underdogs. But then really what it comes down to is when money is pouring into one particular side of a game, the in-play wagers that are available to us become that much more appealing, especially when the underdog is competing, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the underdog is in the game or ahead.
Unlike the Blue Jays right now.
yeah, exactly, right? But yeah, that's where we can really... You can make game-changing money in a really short period of time. Like, there are games where I am wagering $250 per unit, and I walk away from that one game with $18,000. Like, it's happened this season already twice. It happened last season about 4 or 5 times. It's not... Those are the great games, right?
Yeah.
It happens, right? So...
Yeah, well, I think part of that, too, is, like, a lot of people fall into the trap of thinking that every single game has to be a part of the plan, right? And
100%.
I think that in the streams, especially the last couple of weeks, you've talked about eliminating games from your schedule and narrowing them down. And even if you're a recreational bettor, knowing that, like, hey, maybe this game's not a good one to bet on. Like, I have no idea what's going on here, and getting a feel for that's kind of an important part too.
Well, there's something about the NFL in particular. I think college is the same, but the NFL's a bigger market and a better. Well, I love college football, but a better product, you could argue. It's more profitable, et cetera, et cetera. The way the day is organized caters itself to degenerate public sports betting. You string together a morning parlay, you miss. The afternoon starts, and like you said, you stop being selective. You feel like you have to take...
Oh, yeah.
We feel like you have to take that next game.
Double down, right?
What do you like in the Lions? What do you like in the Lions Cardinals this week? I don't know. Well, I'm betting it, and you just add it to your ticket, right?
Yeah.
We've all done it, and the NFL caters itself towards those chasing opportunities. And then finally Sunday night hits, and you're either stringing it with the Monday nighter or you're stringing it with the over and the under, and you're betting way bigger than you did in the morning, and you've completely screwed up this whole idea of trying to make money in a day, and you're just trying to dig yourself out of a hole. And if you don't, for some people that are probably listening to this right now, you know, you've experienced it, you go home and you're fucked, right? So that's precisely what we want to stay away from. So definitely we are ridiculously selective on the matches that we wager. And sometimes for me, that means watching an entire game without placing a bet. Right?
Yeah, totally.